Roadblock was, I mean, I'm not going to go too far into it. It was an okay show. It was more of a glorified house show, is what I felt it was. It was, and they had some matches that were, I mean, the wrestling was very good, but there were no real storyline developments, no real enhancements on any type of storylines, really. The matches kind of felt a little flat. I mean, we had, New Day versus Sheamus and Barrett. Whatever. No one really cared. Then you had Charlotte defending the title against Natalya. So out of left field. I know they were in Canada, but it made no sense. Charlotte kept the title, obviously. Then they had, some other matches. I can't even remember. They had Jericho comes out, and you're thinking, oh, maybe he's going to fight Styles. But no, you find out Styles is in another house show, not televised, going up against, I think it was Kevin Owens in a 30-minute Iron Man match or something like that. So, no, we got the short end stick there. We got Chris Jericho for Swagger. Okay. The main event was Triple H versus Dean Ambrose. A very good match. Triple H won. You knew he was going to win. They were not going to change the title a couple weeks before WrestleMania. No chance in hell that was going to happen. So, I mean, it was really kind of uneventful. Good wrestling. Matches were okay. Some of them just didn't make sense for the storyline time, but it was really just a glorified house show. Seemed like it was more of a warm-up for Triple H before WrestleMania, kind of get him, a little bit more in tune since he is like 50 years old or something like that. But the dude does look in phenomenal shape for a 50-something-year-old dude. He is, I mean, I'd kill to look like half of that at that age. But yeah, otherwise, it was okay. If you have the network, you're already paying the $9.99 a month, so who cares? It's kind of like included in that, or whatever you want to say. It could be free, you could say. But it was okay. Nothing great. So this past Monday, which was March 14th, this past Monday Night Raw, we got 20 days now before WrestleMania, so almost at a little under 3 weeks. And they open up the show with the New Day against Rusev and Alberto Del Rio, because now the other League of Nations guys are saying, hey, you couldn't do it, but we can do it. So they faced the New Day in a match. They were in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I believe. There were rumors that Kurt Angle, I don't know if there were rumors, maybe they were real stories, but Kurt Angle had met with Triple H. Just remember that. That was in the media, that was in like the sheets and everything. So I had heard that in a few tweets and everything. So let's go to now Raw. They're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That is the hometown of Kurt Angle, who Kurt Angle was one of the greatest WWE wrestlers ever. Just a fantastic talent. So we go New Day. Rusev, and this is where, again, I'm going to go into where I start to feel like I wish I could write for them, because I really do feel like I have more to offer than the writers they currently have that are writing just garbage storylines. Who cares? Now, what I'm going to say is maybe they're building something up for WrestleMania, but here's what I would have done. They had New Day versus Rusev and Del Rio. Okay match, back and forth. New Day wins, but then they just get pulverized by the league. There's 4 versus 3. They just demolished the New Day, beating them up all over the place. Now, I thought it would have been hilarious and fantastic, and I think the crowd would have popped like crazy if all of a sudden they're just getting beat up. Now, remember, it's the League of Nations, so you got a guy from Ireland, you got a guy from the UK, you have Alberto Del Rio, from Mexico, you got Rusev, the Bulgarian or Russian or whatever they want to say he's from, whatever country this time, against the New Day. I thought it would have been fantastic if, like, all of a sudden you just heard, like, they get beat up, all of a sudden you just hear that doo-doo, doo-doo, that Kurt Angle music just pop on, and the crowd would have went crazy, and here comes Kurt Angle running out, but wearing, like, a singlet, but just, like, the same colors as the New Day. Like, maybe he's the 4th member now of New Day, which I think would be hilarious. Because if you remember anything about Kurt Angle back in the day, his comedic, when he was put together with Steve Austin in those comedic skits, to me, that was some of the funniest stuff going on in the WWE back then in the early 2000s. So I thought that would have been just a perfect fit. Could have came out, threw a few people out, hit an Olympic slam on a couple guys. He's older now, so it kind of keeps him limited because he could be in a group with these 4. I mean, these 3, the 4 of them could have just gold on the mic and skits and stuff, and it kind of keeps him limited, more of like a managerial role, but once in a while he can get in the ring and tag or wrestle one-on-one. Now, again, you know, the rumors are supposedly true that Triple H and Kurt Angle did meet. So maybe they're setting something up for WrestleMania. Could it be in that angle? Maybe not. It could be somewhere else. But it makes you wonder, because now they announced later on in Raw that there is going to be I believe a tag team title match at WrestleMania. It's going to be the New Day, all three, versus League of Nations, 4. So you know they're going to have to find a 4th member for the New Day to have. They already went the route of Mark Henry. They did that a couple weeks ago, or whenever that was. So I don't know. I think that would have been cool. I think that would have been fantastic. Great writing. It would have put Angle right in with the most over group in the WWE. He would have fit in perfectly. It would have been a funny dynamic to see like these 3 dudes come out with Kurt Angle, and he's wearing their outfit also. He's got the little unicorn hat, thing on. I thought it would have been fantastic. But again, I don't write for the WWE, unfortunately. Then we get into another interview segment. It seemed like it was interview segment galore. Brock and Dean, they go back and forth, whatever. I don't know. They're setting up, you know, they had the Brock and Dean match going on at WrestleMania. I don't know what they're going to do. It is what it is. Triple H then comes out. He starts rambling on about something about the people that have, the haves and have-nots. You know, again, he married the boss's daughter, so I guess you could talk a lot of stuff when you marry into the business, and that's really why you have a lot of say and everything and power, so I don't know. But anyway, so then Dolph Ziggler out of nowhere comes out and starts, I don't know. It just seemed very, like, Dolph Ziggler? Like, where's he been? Now he comes out and he gets a match. You know, they announce he's going to wrestle Triple H in the main event of Raw. I don't know. Okay. Great. Ziggler comes out. Great worker, but he's been forgotten about because they buried him so much. But we go on from that, and we get Sami Zayn versus The Miz. Owens is out there at the announce table with the title and everything. So they got Miz and Zayn fighting. Zayn looks really good. Miz is a good worker also. And they go with, you know, Owens kind of distracts The Miz leading up to a Zayn win, which, you know, I don't know. I don't know if they're setting something up with The Miz now for WrestleMania. I hope not. I hope they leave it Zayn and Owens, and hopefully the injury to Neville, if he is really injured, isn't serious. But if he broke something, I mean, he's gone for a while. So we'll have to see. But maybe they could throw somebody else in that could be a little bit more lively to it, or maybe an NXT guy bring up. But we'll see what they do. You know, they still got about 2.5 weeks to figure out what they're doing. Then we got a match, you know, Brie, Bella, and Alicia Fox versus Naomi and Tamina Snuka. Again, you know, Tamina and Naomi won. I didn't really care about this match. Lana came out. Lana's got some beef going on with Brie Bella. I don't care. There are rumors that Brie is done after WrestleMania. She might be retiring because she wants to, you know, go have a family with Daniel Bryan. And we all know Daniel had to retire. So, I don't know. Are they getting ready to part ways with Brie? Is she ready to move on after WrestleMania? Maybe. Looks like they're going to be setting up something with the Divas. So, we'll see what they do with that. Then we got the Triple H versus Ziggler match. It was a good match. You know, Ziggler is a great worker. Ziggler, though, at the height of his popularity was not this past Survivor Series, the Survivor Series before that, when he was the sole survivor and he saved the WWE and he got rid of the Authority, you know. And then since then, they've buried him completely. So, you really had no hope of him winning, and he didn't. Triple H won. Ziggler looked good. Ziggler does what he does, but Triple H won. Triple H is going into WrestleMania, and he probably will win the title there. He probably will beat Reigns, which I don't mind because I don't like Reigns. Then Reigns came out, and him and Triple H had a battle. You know, finally Reigns came back, and they had a battle, and he just looked very uncomfortable. I don't know. It was just a big mess. I don't know. I don't understand what they... I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't care. And then we get the final. It's Vince comes out. Shane comes out. Then Taker comes out, and they have words, and then all of a sudden Shane and Taker get the fisticuffs and they start fighting, and Vince pushes Shane into him. He gets choke slammed, and then he pushes Vince out, the Undertaker, and you know, the Undertaker stand tall, and we'll see what happens. Again, it seems like just very poor booking leading up to their biggest show of the year. This is WrestleMania. This is their Super Bowl, and it seems like it's very poorly being set up. The matches seem very convoluted and all over the place, and not what the fans want. And yeah, that's it. That was Raw. So that's what we're leading up to. I don't know what we're going to be getting at WrestleMania. So far, the Raws before it have been pretty pathetic and boring. Sometimes predictable. Not a shock in the WWE anymore. And I don't know what they're doing at WrestleMania. It doesn't have a lot of star power so far. They still got 2.5 weeks to really make some big announcements or big decisions. But right now, we're set up with a Triple H and Roman Reigns world title that no one cares about. Brock Lesnar versus Dean, which people do care about, but you don't know which way to lean. Towards Brock or Dean. I don't know. Just made a little rhyme. You got the tag team titles again. No one cares about the League of Nations, so it is what it is. Then you got the title match, the women's title match. That should be really cool. Those three should work really well together. And we'll see. We'll see what WrestleMania does. But we got a couple more weeks to go. We'll get into more of these things as it moves further.